Another Sunday night, another day I'm actually not feeling particularly well. What is today even? Today's the 12th. We're almost halfway through July. And it feels like today it's barely started. Just like yesterday, spent most of my day actually and the half that I wasn't resting playing Pokemon. I'm almost done with Pokemon Coliseum completely now. I've already beaten it, but I'm still just trying to get a few of the post-game things done, and I should be done in another day's worth of play or so. In Pokemon Ruby, I also played some, and that I got gym badges 5, 6, and 7 today, and I'm about halfway to getting gym badge 8. So that should be done in another day's worth of play, too. So yeah, I've actually made quite a bit of progress in getting Gen 3 done. Might finish it before the end of this year like I hoped. Again, it's just such a big generation that it's so daunting. But for the 5 games that I'm actually tracking the Pokedex for, I'm about somewhere between like somewhere around 3/4 of the way done. Not that I really made any progress today, but yeah, I don't know. One big thing I've been struggling with recently is just like on some days like this, where I feel meh. I don't feel particularly good, but I don't really feel particularly bad. On most other days, in times that aren't pandemics, I wouldn't really worry about going to work or anything during them. Yeah, I'm a little sick, whatever, just take some medicine to work and I'll be fine. But during a time like this, all of a sudden it's much more in question. Like something I could work through during the normal times, I'm kind of sitting here being like, well, should I work through it? And like it's a whole matter of could become should. It's more of an issue of like, well, I don't want to, I want to be that person who comes to work sick and get everybody else sick. And plus, if I wind up getting there and I have a fever, they turn me away anyway. So even if I'm feeling meh, it becomes to a point like of should I call out in the mornings? Or should I continue to go to work anyway? And that's just kind of one of the things that I've struggled with. And I've called out more times during this whole thing than I had the rest of my time total. Is because I've all these meh days, if you will, are just days that, I would normally just power through it. But that's not as easy to do when, like, in the midst of all this. Like, it's a lot easier to ignore it, essentially. To ignore, like, your body feeling slightly sick and be like, yeah, whatever, it'll be fine, I'll just deal with it and just take medicine and get away with it. But now in today's, especially where they're being like, you should call out, it's kind of like, well, and they feel kind of, it's like, I know I've said the word meh like 20 times in the 3-minute video so far, but like if I'm not feeling completely good, it raises the issue of like, well, should I call out or should I just go with it? And right now I feel like if I feel the way I do today, I should call out again tomorrow. But, well, I guess I'll make that decision at like 5 a.m. tomorrow. Being that it's already 11, means I should probably head off to bed. But that's one thing that always weighs on me, because like I have so many of these like middle of the road days for health, and normally I don't care as much because usually I just assume they're allergies, and normally I assume correctly. But like I'm not sitting here at home all day every day most days. Like I'm out in public, and it always just raises the question of what is the correct thing to do. And there's different definitions of the word correct too, and that's not worth getting into right now, but it always makes for a difficult decision whenever I have to do something like that. Oh well, to make the decision in like 6 hours. Figure it out then.